Raelynn, you want to show off some of your old toys? You want to show off some of your old toys before we get rid of them? That's probably a bad way to say it, huh? So we're actually going to be donating some of her old toys. And the reason is she just isn't able to play with them anymore the way that she used to be able to. She doesn't use her hands very well and doesn't have fine motor skills and those kinds of things. And these toys are they were adapted to be able to be used with a switch, like a button. So I'm going to show you and her some of those old toys, and then we're going to donate them to people who can use them, which is good. So as parents of Raelynn, sometimes we accumulate all kinds of things, and sometimes it's in order to test things out to see if she's going to use them well and that kind of stuff. So we have this box full of adapted toys, and I think she used to have more, didn't she?
I don't know.
I feel like
we have a lot of them. We borrowed some. You can borrow.
Oh, that's right. We had borrowed a bunch at one point. So I'm going to show kind of what these do and how to use them, and show them off to Raelynn again one more time. Basically, you can have these buttons, and the reason why we have more than just one is because they're kind of different difficulties. Some of them are really, really sensitive, and some of them take a little more effort, or a little more like fine-tuned motor skills. But I think she's got, let's see, at least 3. Here's 4, so because she's got this one too. Got these 4 buttons, and I'll show how they work. I need to get my tripod. So basically, you take one of these buttons and you hook it up via this 3.5mm jack to a toy. And these toys have been modified so that in order for it to work, you plug this in and you hit the button. It's pretty cool, really. It allows her to turn this on if she were to hit the button. We're going to let Raelynn use it. So, can you push the button, Raelynn? Can you push the button? She tried to. You tried to. You want me to help you? So that's basically how she used to use it. We would try to set it up in such a way that she just barely had to move her hand intentionally in order for it to trigger. But she got to the point that she just wasn't triggering it. Even when it seemed like she wanted to, she just doesn't have the hand-eye coordination to be able to intentionally move her hand like that. So that's when we kind of transitioned to pursuing eye gazes instead of these buttons, these switches. I do want to show one more thing, though, before we give these away, because she has this other switch that it's not like a button, it's more like a sensor, and if she just kind of barely even brushes it, it triggers the switch. And my kids actually made a whole website for her to use, and she used it for a little while. She was able to play games on that website. In fact, you can go to it. It's onebuttongames.com. So I want to show that real quick too. So basically, I take this sensor right here, and I have to plug it into this thing here. Called X keys. I can't remember where we got it, but it was through the same kind of thing. And I think some older computers might need some software to be running also to kind of program this and make it fit the right keys. But I just plug this thing into that, and then I plug this into the USB of the computer, like that. And then check this out. On onebuttongames.com, we can pick a game, say the Falling Leaves game. If Raelynn were to just kind of use this sensor right here, oh, I got turned on. If she would just kind of barely brush the sensor, it would make a leaf fall. And actually, I'm not even touching it at all, just kind of hovering over it. And if she were to keep her hand there, all the leaves would keep on falling. I think that's so cool. We're going to show another game. We're going to do, let's see, eat food. Okay, so for this game, it actually takes bites of the food. That's so cool. That was Raelynn's Christmas present one year from her siblings. Look at one more game. One more game. This one is Grow the Flower. So, once again, hold it there, and it just keeps on growing. Let go, and it stops growing. So Raelynn did play these games quite a bit when she first got it. There's actually one more that I want to show off, though. So this is another actual physical button, but if you turn it on, you can actually record things, and she can play them back by pushing the button. So listen to this.
Clap your hands.
So Mom recorded it saying, clap your hands. so that when Raelynn would push the buttons, either Mom would clap her hands or she'd help Raelynn clap her hands, but you can customize it and make it say all kinds of things. Like sometimes it would say, turn the page. As they were reading a book together, Raelynn would have to push the button in order for them to turn the next page. So that's a pretty stinking cool one too. But now we're going to box all these up and give them away. But that's okay, because some other child or family is going to be able to use those things, and they'll be a blessing to them as they help them communicate. And the Christmas season is really a great time to remember that just as we've been freely given, we should freely give. I'm glad that we can try all these kinds of things, and we want to pass that blessing on to other people. Don't just be a taker, be a giver. Merry Christmas to you, and be thankful for all the gifts that you're given, and be a blessing to other people this Christmas season too. God bless you guys.